it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I have another of my farewell projects today, this time using the Dragonfly Dreams and the detailed Dragonfly Thinlets. So this was actually one of the very first prize patrols that I got at on-stage events, which are the demonstrator events that we have twice a year. We have prize patrol and you can win stamp sets and all sorts of goodies. And I won this at my very first on the stage, which would be November 2016, I think. Which means that this came out in the Spring Summer catalogue in 2017. So it's been around a while and it is retiring. And I thought I would put together a little card, and this is what I've come up with. There's quite a lot of retiring product on here. And one item, no, two items ish that aren't. The gold foil is staying, the Coastal Cabana is staying. I've used glossy card, that's going, and vellum, which is staying. Everything else other than ink is going. So, first things first, I have a piece of gloss white card. I'm going to be really sorry to see this go because I love it. It does have a tendency to curl, so I'm just going to help it back again. But I have got a really tatty, I need to wash it out, foil roasting tin, which I use as my spray kind of dirty space. And in here I've got some 70% rubbing alcohol and some of the rose gold shimmer paint. You could use, if you've still got it, the Vegas gold as an alternative, or the bright copper if you've got that. But because I'm all in the everything's rosy phase at the moment, I'm using the rose gold. And all I'm going to do is spray, and I want it to mostly be in one area, the cardstock with that, and I'm sorry, it's one of those it's going to get loud moments, but I'm going to just help it dry a little bit, and then I'll pop it to one side. You don't want to get too close because otherwise you move the alcohol around too much. But I want that kind of splodge. That's it. It's going now. It's evaporating. I can see it go. Right, by the time we need it, that should be fine. So just waft that a little. And the next thing to do is to grab a piece of vellum and some gold embossing powder and my stamp, which I've got mounted up already, and I am going to use my embossing buddy, although it's not vital on this because it is a very detailed image, but we're cutting most of it out, so it doesn't matter too much if we over emboss, get embossing powder where we don't want it. So just stamp that down and make sure that it's well stamped. And dabble it in my gold embossing powder, which is staying. The gold embossing powder is staying. I think the only embossing powder that isn't staying are the colours, the current in colours. Oh, you can see where I've got sticky fingers. It's all right because we're going to die cut it, so it's not a problem. But that is why you need to use your embossing buddy. I will just get a brush to get rid of the worst of that. I have also seen someone use the putty end of their Take Your Pick tool, which for smaller pieces would be a good idea. So let's get rid of that, grab our trusty cheese board, and apologies for the noise again. Now vellum normally goes quite quickly, as in the embossing powder on vellum normally goes quite quickly, so do watch carefully. As I say, it goes really quite quickly. So make sure that's dry and grab the die, which is the outline die. Get rid of the excess powder. I'm just going to run this through my die cut machine. Right, I'm using the magnetic platform, which sometimes is a good idea and sometimes isn't. Fortunately this time it is a good idea. Now, vellum is always quite an interesting product to get out of a die because it just sometimes doesn't want to come, particularly the really fine bits. So just be gentle with it. So these bits in here really doesn't want to give it up. Let's see if I can get that's it. But these bits, yeah, I have to pull quite hard to get those out. Okay, so there is our lovely dragonfly. This is now dry, and look at that rose gold, isn't that gorgeous? And I love on the gloss that it goes splattery. That is more when you dry it. If you leave it to dry, it's less likely to happen. Right, scrap paper and Coastal Cabana ink. And I'm going to stamp off and then stamp, and I'm deliberately going off the edge, stamp off and stamp, and then stamp off twice, preferably without putting your finger onto the paper in the process. The ink takes a little longer to dry on the gloss card, so just be aware of that. But I do love it, it's just such a nice effect. And then finally, enjoy your special day down here. And I'm going to leave all of that to dry whilst we get the foil, and I'm using gold foil, not the rose gold. I'm just using ordinary gold foil. And I'm going to gut it. Now, I mentioned this earlier in the week on Top Tip Tuesday, that you don't want to stick something over that lovely piece of foil. So just pop it in your trimmer, and I don't use any measurement in particular. About 1/2 inch, also known as about a centimetre, centimetre and a half, that sort of thing. But I don't actually measure, I just kind of go round. Depending on how big a matte difference in matte it is, would depend on whether I make it larger or smaller, but this is a very fine matte. And you see we've got all of that left. So, frugal. Okay, so I'm hoping, nearly dry, I'm just going to blast it a little. Just to give it that last helping hand. Okay, so let's stick this onto our foil. We don't need that anymore. Let's get rid of that. And all I'm doing is going to use liquid adhesive, because it will stick onto foil. So I'm just putting a fine amount of liquid adhesive around the outside of our gloss card, and then I've just realised, no, it doesn't matter. I've just realised I actually put the ribbon on first with my other one, but it doesn't matter. We can make this one slightly different and put our ribbon on second. And then just turn that over and press it down well. Like that. Okay, so mini glue dots, and I'm just going to add some to the back of our Dragonfly. They fit quite nicely on the body, so works on the head and works on the body. The last little bit is a little bit thin, so you just want to fold that one in a bit and pop that there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm then going to add the soon-to-be retiring gold thread. And I'm going to pull a long piece off. Now, we are keeping the silver and we are keeping the pink, but this is going and the copper is going. So if you like them, you know what to do. I'm just wrapping that round a kind of open hand and then attach an end. Whoops. And I just want it in a kind of frou-frou. It's not a precise, you just want it kind of, I kind of like to do a bit of a flopping over and bringing across, and just make sure that everything is sort of attached, because you just want that kind of loose frou-frou. Nothing more exciting than that. And then add another glue dot just to make sure that you've got something actually adhered. And then just pop that on your card. And then in, you know, we're using it up fashion, I've got some of the artisan pearls left, so I'm using the pale pink, and I can't remember, I think it's powder, I think it is powder pink, and I'm just going to add those to the card. 3 is a nice number for me. And then final piece is, and this should have gone on before I stuck the card onto the foil, but you know, shooting a live video, as it were. And this is not my first video today, so I've got video brain meltdown, which is a thing. Trying to remember which video you're on at any given moment can be quite interesting. This is the Coastal Cabana and Copper edged ribbon, and I know it's copper, but it doesn't, it goes okay because we've got the rose gold as well. It kind of works. Trying to not have a twist. There we go. So this was from the Tea Time suite. I've gone the wrong way. Let's try and get this right. Okay, left over right. And right over left. I think I've still gone the wrong way, but never mind. We'll make it work. And if you happen to have a third thumb, it works quite nicely. So this comes with Very Vanilla as well. This ribbon, it's a combo pack, so really pretty. I think it's still available. Trouble is I am shooting in advance, so things are beginning to go. So I'm doing my best to only use product that is still available, but I can't unfortunately predict the future. So I am struggling a wee bit. Okay, let's pop that up. And Card base is Coastal Cabana, just cut in half long way and scored in the middle. You can do it the short fat way as well. This is just easier for photography. Nothing more exciting than that, and I was actually going to use dimensionals. I will just pop one so that it catches the ribbon, and then grab my little bucket and get rid of my dimensionals. And then we will be done. If I can get my dimensional backings off. Right. And there we go. One card, one other card. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please do remember, these things are going to go. They are flying. So if you want any of the products that are retiring, you really need to get your order in sooner rather than later. We've got less than 2 weeks before the catalogue goes live, the new catalogue, and anything that is retiring will then be gone. So if you want it, now is the moment to get it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I think it's a fun little card. It's kind of elegant. I love the rose gold in the background. Sorry to have used rose gold if you haven't got the Everything is Rosy kit. However, of course, you could get the Everything is Rosy kit, and if you buy it through me, you will get a pack of basic pearls thrown in. I'll get those sent out once either the month is up or the medley has sold out, whichever happens first. And then, yes, lots of inspiration from Sunday. I was involved in an Everything is Rosy blog hop. It's a fantastic kit. I have made so many things with it, and I've hardly scratched the surface of the products in there. It's basically a full pack of paper, full sheets of, or the equivalent of full sheets of foil. It's just everything 6x6. There's a stamp set, there are dies, there's the shimmer paint, there's ribbon, it's die cuts. Oh, it's all just gorgeous. Anyway, thank you very much indeed for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be fantastic if you would. It was in the bottom right hand corner. If you are a regular viewer, you will know that I'm doing a giveaway. If you watch Tuesday and Wednesday's video, I'm thinking Tuesday, yes, Tuesday and Wednesday's videos, you'll get everything you need to enter that, and the draw for that will be on Saturday, as soon as I can sort that out. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.